Springsteen is the best ever. I love him. Even if you don't like Springsteen, I implore you to go out and rent a DVD. This dude is like 197 years old, and he runs around the stage like he is seriously like 17. You'll learn a couple of things. Even if you don't like the music, I really, really, really think you should rent this DVD because he's got several concert ones. You'll see a guy who hones his craft. He is passionate about what he does, and he loves it because that guy will play for 3 hours straight, and he doesn't take a break. I've seen him 5, 6 times now. Amazing. I'm actually going to go to Wrigley and see him in September, so that'll be pretty cool. But Springsteen taught me a couple other things about connecting. So there was this great interview. It's like one of those behind-the-scenes deals on VH1. And they're like, walking through the band. And they're like, is it pretty cool? Does the boss really make you call him the boss? And he's like, well, yeah, he's the boss. I mean, yeah, of course. We got to call him the boss. And they're like, what's it like to work with him? And, he's a passionate man. He loves what he does, and he will not give up until he gets that song right. He makes the show amazing, and he wants to get every last ounce of effort from every one of us. And he's, Stephen Van Zandt said that makes him a really, really good leader. He's like he's not the frontline guy, he's the everything guy. And that's the kind of guy I want to show up and work for. So they do some other interviews with the band, but they eventually get to him. And the reporter obviously was in awe, and he's like, oh my God, Bruce, it must be so awesome. You walk out on stage and have 50,000 people just screaming your name. Bruce, how awesome is that? And he's like, don't hear it. And he's like, what do you mean you don't hear it? He's like, I don't play for that. He's like, how can you not play for that audience? Oh my God. And he's just like really physically blown away that he said, no, I go out there and I walk out on stage and I look for one person and I play to that audience of one. And I focus on that person. Because at the end of that night, 3 hours, if she's not soaking in sweat and she is not just hair's all crazy and she's like, oh my God, let's go for more. Did I come close? Then I have not done my job. He said, I don't play for the audience of 50,000. I play the audience of one. Thought that was the most amazing bit of information and knowledge that he could share. Because all of us, many of us are speakers, many of us are entrepreneurs, many of us are running companies of a lot of people. We're leaders. We may not walk out and talk to 50,000 people on a given night, but we do walk out and talk to one. We do walk out to talk to many. But the reality is, if you want to get good at connection, it's all about playing to that audience of one.